So now we're at bye week, right? It's the late one. It's week 11. I am excited for this week because this is going to be a very interesting week. So we got weekly awards and we got a bunch of other stuff. Obviously, weekly awards, we already know probably who's going to win that. So let's get the music on. Right, weekly awards is probably going to be our boy Neighbors. Look at that. For the last 3 weeks, we've had a defense player on the board. That's beautiful to see. That's beautiful to see. So, focus players. Read the results your scouts compiled from in-person observations of practice and in-game actions. So we finally have, like, actual, like... Oh, choose focus players. Error. I guess choose 3 players. Do I have any that are favorites already? Ooh, I do have some favorites already. Ooh. Okay. So let's go Caleb Vincent. Okay, so I only have a couple here, really. So let's go Caleb Vincent. He's 100%, so there's no point in scouting him. So is he, actually. There's no point in scouting either one of those guys. They're both 100%. Let's go with some of these linemen. Let's go Devonta Knight. Let's go Deontay Wayne. And let's go with Jay Humphries. Because Jay Humphries is one of those ones they've said about that we should get. Right there. We go 2 left tackles and then him. Alright, boom. So we'll look at that in a minute here because that's not the normal thing that we do, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go weekly strategy. And we're just going to do our normal thing, right? Boom. Boost our guys. Oh, yeah. Alright, so now we get the boosts, right? So now we get to do the upgrade players. We should have a nice... We should. I'm going to say it like that. Should have a nice little boost for... that's interesting. I boosted up this thing, and I made him better, and his overall went down. How does that make sense? In any fucking world, how does that make sense? This game's great. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Also, that's another one that always bothers me, is when you turn notifications off, and they keep showing up. I'm just going to complain today. No, so we're going to do our normal operations here. So we're going to go preseason. We're going to, well, not preseason. We're going to go pregame stuff, which is this. And then we're also going to do the coaching stuff as well. We'll do that. And then we'll get into looking at awards and stats and seeing all that stuff. And then we will finally finish it up with doing some draft scouting and starting to look and start adding some more people to the board. Because if you saw just then, most of the people on that board were literally just first, second round guys. So we're going to actually add some guys that aren't first, second round guys. But nonetheless, will be on the board. Or should be on the board, I should say. So scouting, so staff, we got 30 points, so most of those, I'm pretty sure, we're done here, right? Yep, done there. Done there. The only one I can do here is Fountain of Youth or Mistakes Were Made. I might as well just buy that. Oh, okay, hold up a second. Yeah. That's a yearly thing right there. So never mind then. Actually, you know what I might do? Slow ratings regression for 1 season for 1 position. Nope. We're going to go here, and we're just going to go... likelihood to sign... There. Linebackers. Linebackers is one of those ones that we will be looking at here in a minute. Once we do get done with this normal stuff, we will look at linebackers in the draft, actually, for the first time. I think really looking at linebackers ever. I don't think we've ever really looked at linebackers before. So let's take a look at our yearly numbers. As we know, though, the numbers are a little bit skewed with everything, right? With them each getting their own games, sort of thing. But the fact that if you look at this combined, right, we have almost 20 touchdowns. What would it be? It would be 6, 12, 19. So 19 touchdowns. We got a bunch of picks, though. That first Huntley game really hurt us. Our completion percentage is fucking awesome, right? Average yards per game is about probably going to be around 160, I would think, right? That one brings this one down, but then this one should stabilize it, sort of thing. Yards-wise, 1,500. That's about right for us midway through a season. If not, we're doing a little bit better than normal. Bryce Love is doing his fucking thing yet again, right? We're probably going to have 2K Love one more time. Receiving, right? We were doing very well until Owens got hurt. Owens was actually getting more catches than Duggins, I'm pretty sure. But less touchdowns. Deion's coming on strong. Stevenson's coming on strong as a nice slot guy. And then we got all of our supporting cast right here. So kind of what we assumed. Blocking-wise, hopefully, I hope to God we have some fucking... Sean's let up 2 sacks this season, though. Ooh, I did not realize that. Buckner has nine games played, though. Which that's kind of weird. Dawkins is playing out of his mind this season. Like, I find it hard to believe that Dawkins or Neighbors can't... Like, neither one of them... Let me rephrase that. I feel like both of them have to be on these boards, right? I feel like they have to be. We'll see. But... I mean, homie has 6 interceptions, 3 fumble recoveries, and 3 defensive touchdowns. I think he might lead the league in interceptions. My outside linebacker leads the league in interceptions. Do we have sacks? No, we don't. Josh Allen, T.J. Watt, Khalil Mack, DeForest Buckner, and then this is where our sacks would be right here. But apparently they're not on here, though, because they probably don't have enough downs played, because we do our rotation. All right, so now let's take a look at yearly, right? So MVP of the league right now. Oh. How about that for some fucking respect, finally? How about that for some respect, finally? All right, Coach of the Year, Ron. That's AFC, we don't really care. NFC, Offensive Player of the Year. How about that for some fucking respect now? Only took us 4 seasons. TJ has a lot of sacks. I'll give it to him right now. Relford on the list. How is Neighbors not on the list, though? Alright, Offensive Rookie Deion Smart, J.J. Mallard. So we got 2 on the list for fucking Offensive Rookie of the Year. Beautiful. Defensive, I don't think we're going to see anyone on here. If we did, right, it would be Cotton. But Cotton really hasn't made any massive plays or anything. QB, we're not going to be on this list because we've been running our carousel, so we're not going to be on this. Running back, about time. We're not stopping, though. About time, we're not stopping, though. Duggins is on the board. Duggins is on the board. Best offensive line, no one. Yet again. Defensive line, Broford's there. Neighbors is there. I don't know how Neighbors is at 6, but okay, Broford, yep. Linebacker, Dawkins. DB, Alexander, Burrell, and Hayes. Let's fucking go, baby. Alright, best kicker, Vedvik. Hey, yo. Alright. So now draft scouting. Okay. Draft scouting. This is going to be an interesting one, because like I said, we're just going to look at some side positions. And a potential position that we haven't looked at really before, which is right outside linebacker. I do want to start looking at some backers here. This is a speed rush guy. 6'5", 255. This is a D-end. This is a D-end. Stamina and awareness are both Fs. That's a D-end. Add to my favorite list, though. Another speed rusher. Block shedding is a B. 6'5", 252. Jesus Christ. Stamina is low. I mean, I'm going to keep adding these guys, but I mean... Do you have anyone here that we've leveled up? Any? Any? No? Okay. I would really like, this is one I've said before, I would really like a massive change and upgrade to this, to the scouting thing. I think that the scouting is extremely difficult to do, right now. Like, you have to click on this guy to see 50% of stuff, and none of this tells you anything. Like, literally, this screen right here basically tells you nothing. This screen tells you some information. This screen tells you a little bit of information. This scouting report player notes thing, though, right up here, doesn't really say anything, because they're all the fucking same, right? So I'd love to see an upgrade to this, right? Because, like, it's one of those things, like, I'm literally just scrolling through names right now and just being like, oh, yeah, look, this guy, boom. Tyron Preister, right? Why not? Boom, yes. We're probably going to draft D-line heavy this year. Because we have a lot of D-linemen that are out right now. Or not out, but that we potentially won't be having back this next season. What do we have here? Play rec is high. Power moves is high. Block shedding is a C. DeJuan Simpson. DeJuan Simpson, day 3-4. That dude is a, that dude right there, he is a fucking big D-line. D-line. But like this, right? Like, there should be an easier way to see these guys than having to click on every single player and go into it, right? Because what if I want to see the difference between this guy, and this guy? There should be an easy way for me to see the difference between Cherry, Vincent, and Thomas, right? These two guys, boom. I should be able to look, see all the stats. All of this is just a bunch of extra steps that don't mean anything. Player steps, player notes don't mean fuck all. Player profile, honestly, doesn't mean fucking anything. The only thing on that right there that means anything is the archetype. The height and weight normally don't actually mean anything in game. Age doesn't mean anything really in game. College and handiness doesn't really mean anything in the game. Top fits, that doesn't mean anything. It's just a nice addition. Top team needs is a thing that doesn't need to be on every single screen, right? You don't need to tell me that the defensive tackle's best position is D-tackle and his worst is tight end. Like, I don't care. The skills, however, this screen is very important. This is a very good screen to have. However, though, this screen could easily be on this screen and be a scrolling thing, where I just go left and right and I just scroll across and I see everything, just like every other menu in the game is, right? But yeah, no, I mean I mean, like I said, I don't know if we're going to how far this season is really going to go. So a really quick draft scouting. The only thing I want to do is I want to look at those guys that I did put on the original thing here. So let's see here. So Knight and here, right? So did I even get anything out of looking at these two? Because as of right this second, it looks like I didn't get anything out of these two. Out of looking at these two. Other than Devon Knight is not good. Wayne, yeah, Wayne's good. Right. So the big news to end this. Alright, the big news to end this. To end this whole episode. Next week. Week 12. Versus the Cleveland Browns. The starting quarterback for the Toronto Huskies for the rest of the season. Will be